Hope you're going to have an awesome day today. Elverse here. If you ever did, do me a favor, hit that like and subscribe. All you had to go ahead and push that bell for notifications so you can get the scoop of my news, upcoming videos. Alright, everybody. So we have some actually big news about James Gunn and his new Superman Legacy movie. So the new villain has actually been revealed. Uh, it'll be Brainiac and the rebooted lead villain. It's looking increasingly likely because he's been doing the Easter eggs. Now he finally tweeted out something, which is very interesting. Now this article was actually published the other day. Yes. After recent social media posts from the official Superman account on Twitter, many fans are now convinced that the iconic villain Brainiac will be the big bad in James Gunn's Superman Legacy. Alright, so a lot of people actually suspected and thought that it was going to be Lex Luthor, but I'm gonna get into Lex Luthor in a moment's notice towards the end of this video because I was actually kind of confused at the moment. Alright, James Gunn is believed to have completed writing Superman Legacy's screenplay prior to WGA's strike and was deep in casting process when SAG-AFTRA's members joined those scribes on the picket lines. With the production not slated to begin until next January, it's unlikely we'll learn anything significant about the DC Studios reboot for some time. So we're kind of kept in the dark a little bit. James Gunn is pointing us out some Easter eggs, meaning like some updates, meaning like when his film will be actually released. And don't worry, he's still working on his film. And he knows that there's a writer's strike still going on, but still he's working on his baby, he's working on this project. However, has DC Comics just confirmed the identity of the movie's main villain? In a social media post revealing which comic inspired the Superman Legacy Action Comics number, this was 866 to 780, are among those mentioned. This is not in the lores, this is just in the comic books. If it was in the lores, that'd be a whole different story. The others are All-Star Superman, which we know Gunn is a fan of. Superman Bright Light, one of the Man of Steel's best origin stories, hell yeah it was. However, those Action Comics issues revolve primarily around Brainiac. Brainiac was the main source and the main enemy within inside the comics as well. Written by Jeff Johns with the artwork by Gary Frank. Those two are like legendary OGs at writing and also doing the artwork for comic books. It saw Clark Kent step up to protect Earth from a deadly villain. The fan favorite bad guy presents in Superman's Legacy makes a lot more sense than Lex Luthor being the movie's main antagonist. I should say protagonist, but it says antagonist. Again, while it's not confirmed, we can't imagine DC Studios plucked these issues out of thin air, so we're definitely taking this as a hint. Brainiac will indeed be a part of a story Gunn's plans on telling, because James Gunn is a huge fan of Superman Legacy and he's taking it from the comic books, and if he's taking out from the comic books, the main villain, it's gonna be Brainiac. It's not gonna be Lex Luthor. The villain's big screen debut is way overdue and would get this movie off to a strong start, which is true. Superman Legacy tells the story of Superman's journey to reconcile his Kryptonian heritage with his human upbringing as Clark Kent of Smallville, Kansas. Reads the movie's synopsis. He is the embodiment of truth, justice, and the American way. That kind of sounds like Captain America, right? But okay. Guided by human kindness in a world that sees kindness as old-fashioned. Now, as for David Cornsell, he's the one who's playing Man of Steel. I don't know why they keep mentioning Rachel Brosnahan as Lois Lane. Like, we get it already. You don't need to like actually say who's playing the role. Just mainly focus on talk about Superman because it's Superman Legacy. You don't need to talk about the others like the castings such as Hawk Girl and Mr. Terrific. Mr. Terrific was from the Arrowverse. I don't understand why James Gunn actually wants to put him inside the Superman Legacies. He was on Green Arrow's team actually, and there's gonna be Guy Gardner and also Metaphor. Other than that, yes, Superman Legacies, the villain is Brainiac. The reason why he didn't want Lex Luthor in it, he could have chose Lex Luthor if he would want to, but the thing is that we already saw a Lex Luthor in Zack Snyder's film BVS. Now the thing is that he didn't kind of really want to repeat the same thing as Lex Luthor inside his first films. Most likely what he's going to do is he's going to tease us. So once we see Brainiac, once Superman finally defeats Brainiac, towards the ending of the credits, we most likely will see Lex Luthor. Probably even Lex Luthor maybe even hired him to like try to kill Superman. Or maybe let's just say that they had an agreement, they were actually partners, and they had a deal gone wrong, and well, let's just say that that's why he hired Brainiac to try to take out Superman. Hey, anything could happen. This story has yet to begun with Lex Luthor, or maybe even Lex Luthor took an interest in Superman, seeing that okay, this is a Man of Steel. He could actually take on someone named Brainiac, psychopathic like killer and stuff. That's actually extremely smart, by the way. So if Superman could take him on, he'll probably be thinking, I think I want to be partners with him. But then again, they were actually partners, just to let you know, Lex Luthor and Superman at one time. Then when Superman found out that Lex Luthor was actually a corrupted enemy and part of a evil organization, let's just say that, yeah, Superman cut ties with him and sent his ass to jail. Yes, exactly. Other than that, we're still miles away. James Gunn said miles away from him creating Batman the Brave and the Bold. I'm still psyched up to hear and see who's actually playing it and stuff. But after this movie, we will be, or who knows, we may even see a cameo appearance of Batman. You never know, anything can happen with James Gunn's films. Always stay after the credits, cause you always find the little hidden Easter egg hints that'll blow you away. Other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you're new, subscribe to the channel as always, and yes, of course, I'll see you all in the next one.